Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like the Daredevil Defender Saga has finally arrived on Disney Plus, just like I thought it was going to. Hulu, what are you guys talking about? Hey, everybody. I'm Robert Storms. Welcome back to the channel once again. If you guys are finding me for the very first time, please do me a massive favor. Hit that thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. That way you guys can stay up to date on all future content here on the channel. So yesterday, something big happened in the world of Marvel. At least something big if you're a Marvel fan. The Marvel Netflix series all came over to Disney Plus. Now, there was a lot of rumors of people going, oh, this is going to go to the Hulu because this is way too edgy for Disney Plus. And I was like, I don't think so, guys. It doesn't make sense to me financially why they would do that. Like, they want to put all the Marvel content under one banner. Why would you sit there and try to build this Disney Plus platform just so you can have like the Netflix series over on Hulu? It just didn't make sense to me. You know, as a business decision, it didn't make sense. So what Netflix or what Disney Plus did rather was they added a new mature setting. So you had to go in there and click, yes, I want this mature content. And when you clicked approved, then you would now have access to what they're calling the Defender Saga. You see Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, Defenders, Punisher, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is on there, which I'm super excited for because I didn't get to watch the last season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which I am just really excited that this is now on Disney Plus. It's like the one-stop shop for all your Marvel content, and that's the way it needs to be. With the exception of a couple copyrights with like Spider-Man, still with Sony and whatnot, everything is pretty much on here almost. And I like that. I like everything's nice and organized, and you can find it. Now, there was a little bit of complaints, a little bit of, I don't know if it was complaints, but more like sorrow, where fans were like, man, this confirms that they're not part of the MCU because they're not listed under the Marvel Cinematic Universe tab. And what they mean by that is, here's the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and you see Eternals, Hawkeye, and all that stuff. And the featured, section right here where Defenders and all that stuff, Punisher, it's not listed in the MCU Marvel Cinematic Universe tab. But this is what I want to say to you guys. Look, Hawkeye just came out. Who was in Hawkeye, ladies and gentlemen? Kingpin. Okay, so Kingpin is obviously in the MCU. Who was in Spider-Man No Way Home? Daredevil. Daredevil's clearly in the MCU. So they might not be in the main universe of the MCU, like the main universe, but a lot of stuff's gonna happen with the multiverse of madness that's gonna bring everybody in, right? Could Charlie Cox Daredevil be a different Daredevil in Spider-Man No Way Home than he is in the Netflix? Sure, absolutely. I believe Charlie Cox even came out and said something like that. But you gotta remember, all this stuff is connected. I mean, who would have thought that the original X-Men movie with Patrick Stewart is now part of the MCU, which now makes all the X-Men movies connected to the MCU. Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield Spider-Man is now in the MCU. Venom is in the MCU. All that is brought to the MCU just because of the idea of the multiverse. So maybe they're not goes in the timeline of the MCU or what we know the MCU to be, but they're still part of the MCU. Regardless if they're listed underneath the tab and you got to watch it like this and that, it's still part of the MCU, regardless of how you want to slice it. All these movies, this is what Kevin Feige wanted to do. This is what Marvel wanted to do for years, right before they sold all their copyrights off. They wanted to bring all these movies under one umbrella. Now they got the Netflix shows, and now they're starting to get to that original vision. So yeah, they might not be 100% part of the main canon like these movies and shows are, but you can see the Defender Saga, yeah, it's listed under its own category for sure. But again, they're part of the MCU just for the fact that, Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio were in Marvel movies and shows. That's part of the canon. So they are part of the MCU. You guys don't understand. They're part of the MCU. All doors and all bets were off. All doors were open and all bets were off soon as Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield showed up. Once they brought Venom into Spider-Man, like all bets were off, guys. Like everything and anything can be canon now because you're getting into the multiverse. And once you get into the multiverse, then it just opens up a whole cans of worms, or Pandora's box, if you would. And it just leaves it like that. And me personally, I like the fact that they're giving the Defenders their own saga. Like, I like that, man. I really do. I like these shows. And I like the fact that their own separate thing that stands. They are the lower tier Avengers. Like, all these shows lead up to the Defenders, which is their version of the Avengers. And I really, really enjoy that. And I like it. And I'm really glad that Marvel and Disney Plus decided to, hey, let's put these shows on Disney Plus. Don't make other people who don't have Hulu. I don't own Hulu, right? I don't want to get Hulu. I'm not signed up for the Disney Plus special package that has ESPN and Hulu. I don't care about that, right? I like the fact they're not making you go out and get Hulu. They're like, no, this is the one-stop shop for everything Marvel. We're going to put everything Marvel on there. And I thank them for that. Because if you want to compete against Netflix and you want to compete in the streaming wars, you need to make things simple for people. You got to make things simple. You can't sit there and just tell people like, well, if you want this content, you have to go over there, you know? You want to make everything right there so everything's easy and clickable and everybody can just watch what they want right there and they don't have to be forced to go to another streaming service. And with that said, I'm going to kind of sound like a hypocrite because I'm going to ask you guys to go to a different service. I'm going to ask you guys to please jump over to my Storms Gaming channel and subscribe to this channel. We're trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers. We're at 478. We're on our way, trying to get up to 500. The ultimate goal is 1,000 and above. I created this gaming channel because gaming content doesn't really do well here on the main channel. This is mostly for Marvel, DC, Star Wars, superhero type content. So I decided to create a new gaming channel where I do everything that I do here on this channel. I talk about video games. I talk about video game news. I do reviews, trailer reaction. If it is involved with video games, I do it and talk about it here on this channel. It's just like this channel, but it's about video games. So if you guys could please do me a massive favor. If everybody who watches this video just simply goes over there and subscribes, I'll reach my goal in just like a day. If everybody watching this video, please just go over there and subscribe. I will have the link in the description box. It will say Robert Storms Gaming. Just click that link, hit the subscribe button, and go to the pinned comment. I have a pinned comment that says, hey guys, subscribe to my channel, and you can subscribe there. And I know what you're thinking. Rob, I don't care about video games. I don't want to subscribe. I don't care if you watch the content. Just please help me out. Just go over there, subscribe. I don't care if you ever watch anything that I put out on that channel. Just show your support. Help a brother out. Go over there, click that subscribe button. Help me reach my goal of 1,000. I would appreciate it. And I want to thank each and every one of you guys for all your support. So, the Marvel Defender Saga is now on Disney Plus. What do you guys think? Have you been catching up on the series? Leave those comments in the comment box below. Be sure to smash and like that subscribe button. Be sure to smash that like button and subscribe for all future content. Until next time, as always, I am Robert Storms, and I'm kind of tired, actually. Later, guys.